Hi friends, I am CA Hanmantrao R. Chaudhary. Today we are going to discuss very important topic, that is सबसे बड़ा रुपया digital rupiah. We all know the digital rupees is introduced by RBI on 1st December 2022. जैसे इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ सबका एक क्वेश्चन हो गया कि डिजिटल रुपीस काम कैसे होता है और इसका कैसे एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस है, how it is different from other cryptocurrencies. All these questions are arising in our minds. ये सब चीजें आपको इस वीडियो देखने से आपका सब डाउट्स क्लियर हो जाएगा. डिजिटल रुपी जो है इंट्रोड्यूस इन द सेम डिनोमिनेशंस which is already we are mentioned in the screen how the digital rupees will visible in the same denominations like 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 500 rupees, 2000 rupees, but it is in the digital form. Now we are using these notes in the currency notes form, but now it is all are in digital forms. जैसे भी चीजें नया आ जाते तो सबको लिए स्टार्टिंग में ऐसे बहुत सारे डाउट्स ऑफकोर्स आएंगे. जैसे हम लोग स्टूडेंट था तभी अपना सर अपने को बोलता था कि यू आर ए लकी पर्सन, एटलीस्ट यू आर गोइंग एंड विजिटिंग टू द बैंक्स. इन फ्यूचर्स देयर इज नो नीड टू विजिट द बैंक्स. इन दैट टाइम वी आर थिंकिंग how it is possible without going banks, without depositing the checks, without withdrawing the money, how we are doing the transactions. But that thing is happened now. The same thing जैसे अभी फास्टैग आ गए, फास्टैग टाइम में भी हम लोग ऐसे सोचता था how it is possible, how it is work, बैंक अकाउंट से पैसे कैसे कट जाएंगे, कैसे अपना टोल का स्कैन हो जाएगा. ये सब चीजें बहुत सारी अपने माइंड में डाउट्स आ जाते जैसे न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी आया तो. ऐसे सेम थिंग्स इन डिजिटल रुपीज आल्सो द सेम डाउट्स विल अराइजेस इन आवर माइंड्स. हम लोग इस वीडियो से आपको बहुत सारे डिटेल्स में डिजिटल करेंसी के बारे में हम लोग इसमें बताए हुआ है. व्हाट इज द डिजिटल करेंसी, हाउ इट वर्क, how many types of digital currency, what is the advantages, disadvantages of the digital currency, how it is different from cryptocurrencies and UPI. There are many things we are discussed in these videos. Friends, we'll move to discussion on this. The Reserve Bank of India already announced on the 1st December 2022. They are introduced in pilot basis. The first phase begin with four banks and four cities. What is these four banks? State Bank of India, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank, IDFC First Bank in four cities also. What is these four cities? Of course, Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangalore and Bhubaneswar. Slowly they may extend for other cities and other bank also. Now we check what is the digital rupees all about and how will it helps our India. The digital rupees is a central bank digital currency that will bring about greater transparencies and efficiencies. The digital rupee is a central bank digital currencies. Like India, this type of currencies is very important that is implemented. More than 10 countries have already launched the CBDC, the first of which was the CBDC form of digital currency introduced by the Bahamian Sand Dollar in 2020 itself. It is the first country which introduced the CBDC form of the digital currency. More than 20 countries, they are going to implement the CBDC form of digital currency. India already, they are introduced. Next, Australia, Thailand, Brazil, South Korea and Russia also going to introduce the CBDC form of digital currency in 2023. What are the five most important things every Indian must know about the digital rupees? The purpose of this video is very clear. Everyone should understand how the digital currency work and what is the advantages, disadvantages, and also what things one should know. These are the five important things every Indian must know about the digital currency. The first thing is It makes government more efficient. The government is already more efficient. The digital currency make another more efficient for working. The allocation, taxation, internal collaborations is very efficiently they can manage. It makes governance more efficient. The motive of the government itself is the less government and more governance. The digital currency also meet that purpose. It makes transmission of subsidies and grant more efficiently. They can very efficiently they transfer subsidies and other grants, government grants to the concerned industries. It enhances securities. Security, wherever digital parties come, everyone thinking about the digital currency securities. In all, we know there are many hackings. Even in one click, some people's lost more than 50 lakh rupees. Recently, we read the news. But in case of digital rupees, the security is very strong. We can discuss in later screen. So it's very important. It enhances the convenience. We cannot carry any cases. The convenience is, of course, it already we are very comfortable with our Google Pays and Paytm, because we know what is the advantage of the digital rupees. There are same convenience and same benefit you'll get in the digital rupees. How e-rupee works? The e-rupee launched by RBI would basically replacing traditional currencies note in a wallet and could be used to make and payment via QR code or through digital rupees wallet held by the payer and payee. No need to any worry about the digital currency. The digital currency is very simple. It is the replacing of the same traditional currency note in a wallet forms that can be used through your QR code and wallet. The same denominations we already discussed the how digital currency they are introduced in the same denominations what we presently have the digital currencies. Now we go to what is CBDC. CBDC is an electronic currency issued by the central bank, just like traditional currencies. CBDC itself is issued by the RBI. It's just like our normal currencies. And that faith and controlled by the RBI. In case of other cryptocurrency like Bitcoins, there is no any controlling authority. That is the reasons the Bitcoin is not at all legal tender. But in case of our digital rupees, that is monitoring, controlling by the RBI, so that it is a valid tender. CBDC can be classified as in two types. That is general purpose or retails. That is CBDC R and CBDC W. What is the CBDC R? CBDC R would be potentially available for use by all private sectors, non-financial, consumer and business, while wholesale CBDC is used by the financial institutions, restricted financial institutions. That is the difference between CBDC R and CBDC W. CBDC R is used by us, like everyone using the CBDC R in future. What is the primary function of the e-rupees? We know the purpose of monies. Money itself having the three primary functions. That is, whether it is in the note form, whether it is in the digital forms. What is the three functions we can discuss? The first function is money as a medium of exchange, may be used for any transaction wherein goods or service is purchased or sold. Previously, it is on barter systems. We know some people know it is there is a barter system. If you have two bag of rice, and I will give 2 bag of two like this. But when money is come, the main medium of exchange is the money. The same in digital form also, the digital rupees is used as a medium of exchange. Money used as a unit of account can be used to value goods or services. The money also decide the value of the goods or services. We can decide only in the form of money is the value of goods or services. The same thing in the digital currency also, it decide the value of the goods or services. Money can be stored or conjured for future purpose. Like we are storing in the form of FD, mutual funds, whatever form, shares. the same purpose can be used for digital currency. This is the purpose of digital currency. What are the futures of the CBDC? Central bank digital currencies. What is the futures? CBDC is a sovereign currency issued by the central banks aligned with their monetary policies. As we previously discussed, the RBI is the main controlling authority. It is the autonomous power having the control the digital currencies. So that this is the one of the character of the CBDC. It appears as a liability on the central bank balance sheet. It is the liability of the central bank balance sheet. Must be accepted as a medium of payment because this is the legal tender and it is already approved by the Reserve Bank of India. Everyone should accept is as a legal tender for transacting. Freely convertible against any commercial bank money and cash because it is a digital currency. It can freely, we can without any charges, we can convert in the money or cash. It is another very important feature of the CBDC digital currency. It is a fungible legal tender for which holder need not have a bank account. It's very important. It is an interchangeable currency, so you cannot. It is not necessary to open bank accounts in wherever with which bank you are transacting. Now, if you want to transact with any banks, you have to first open your saving bank accounts or current account, then you start operating. But in case of digital currency, no need to open the bank account. It is very good advantages. The another character is expected lower the cost of issuance of money and transactions. Of course, there are many charges, bank charges and other charges that will be reduced in the digital currencies. What is the purpose of e-rupees? What is the purpose the CBDC had? The token based on CBDC also support innovation with an ability to include programmable features that support efficiency such as standardization of compliance rules. Due to digital currency, there is a very standardized compliance rules will be implemented. That is very good. And another purpose is fraud detections. How the fraud will be controlled, you can discuss in the next slide. Further, token based on CBDCR can be used to accumulate our financial intelligence pool, right? Because CBDCR is used by us, like money, we can make our financial plan also. What are the advantages of the public at large? What is the advantage of the digital rupees? It is a more secure than carrying physical cash. Of course, whenever you are started after lockdown, everyone we are started using Google Pay and phone pay. That is very easy way of thinking, because every time if you go for purchasing the grocery, then you are carrying the cash. Now you only carry your mobile. Like the same thing in the digital currency also, you can use it. No more worry about the solid currency notes. Means जैसे अभी new currency जब print हुआ, there is very strict and clear instruction. If you are write anything on your notes, it will not be accepted. Only bank will accept. No one will accept it. So that because we are Indians having writing on the habit of writing on the notes, that will be in a new currency. It is totally reduced. The same thing. There is no need to worry about the solid and any colors. Colors, if you are having notes of color, that is also not accepted. That type of challenges not there in our digital currency. Smooth and hassle-free transactions at no charges. There is no any charges. Easier to keep track of receipts and payments. It's very important of the benefit and advantages of the digital currencies. Wherever you make the payment or your receipt, that will be monitoring by the Reserve Bank of India. Previously, there is no any control as such. If any payment you made in the form of digital rupees to any illegal purpose, any terrorism fund going, receipt and payments, that will be controlled by the RBI. That serve our country purpose. This is very important, the benefit of the digital currency. We can go next to what is the motive of government behind the e-rupees. Why the government introduced the digital currency? There are very good motives. Printing and handling cost that will be reduced. In 21-22, around 5,000 crores government spent on printing and handling of the notes. That cost will be reduced in the digital currency. To encourage cashless economy, of course, if it is a cashless economy, the transactions is done by through banks only. Definitely, our Indian purpose 5 trillion economy, the taxation will be increased. Everything is come under the one loop. That will be definitely serve our purpose. Smoother and faster flow of transactions, definitely, as compared to cash, it is smoother and faster. Reduce the cost of UPI transactions. Now, we are more depending on the Google Pay and Phone Pay. That also cost and that dependency also going to reduce. It is an alternative to cryptocurrency for various reasons. Because already in 2020, many countries started this currency in the CBDC forms. Digital currency they are introduced. If you want to match, if you want to compete with the globalizations, we have to introduce definitely the crypto, definitely introduce our digital currency. That is one of the reasons, that is one of the alternative for the cryptocurrencies. What are the challenges? Wherever there is advantages, definitely there is a challenges also. There should be challenges. Loss of privacy. Each and every transaction gets centrally recorded by in the RBI. We are previously discussed whatever amount receipt and payment that will be controlled by the RBI. They know where the transaction start and where the transaction end. They have the controls. So that is the loss of the privacy. Lack of internet connectivity in rural areas. In many rural areas, there are a lot of internet connection problem. But they in almost in our country, that net is reachable, internet connections is reachable. There's not that much problems. Threat of cybersecurity issued among the lost of peoples. Of course, cybersecurity is threat of cybersecurity is there. Wherever is digital form comes, there are definitely cybersecurity problems. We have to face it, the challenges. Centralized data may be used by authority for other motives. Whatever the details that may be used by the authority, some other purpose. This is very important. What is the recall feature of the e-rupees? This is very, very, very important. As I previously told, the security part in the recall feature, in case of any specific series of token get hacked, it may be technically possible to recall them on an instant basis or release a new security feature digitally. This is very, very important for our security. Now, if any money hacked by any other person, we cannot get recovered. In case of digital rupees, you have to recover in instant basis or releasing some new security digitally. That is very important features of the digital currency that serve the purpose of the hackings. Now we go to how is it different from cryptocurrency. Wherever digital currency comes, everyone thinking it is the cryptocurrency and again go to Bitcoin. But it is very totally different. Our CBDC form of digital currency, it is totally different. We'll discuss. Cryptocurrency are based on blockchain technology, where each transaction is publicly recorded for anyone to see. In case of cryptocurrency, they are using blockchain technologies and they can be seen by any person. But in case of e-rupee, the e-rupee is also using the same based on the blockchain technology only, but we cannot be publicly available. This is very good advantages of our digital currencies. Who would provide me e-rupee initially? This is very basic questions. Everyone asking, if I have 10,000 rupees, how I get the digital currency? No need to worry. You can buy digital currency from selected bank, even if you don't have any account with them. आपको कुछ सेविंग अकाउंट, करंट अकाउंट ओपन करने का जरूरत नहीं है. You can directly purchase the digital currencies from banks. You can operate like it is a cash withdrawal and deposits. In that form, you can get in the digital forms you can use for your transactions. Now you go, then how is it different from UPI transactions? UPI transaction involve entering two bank account statements which are maintained by the commercial bank. Since e-rupees aim to replace cash in your wallet and its central currency, it would be make an entry in your commercial bank accounts. Its record would be maintained by RBI itself centrally. In case of UPI, there are involved two entries in the banks. But in case of digital currency, totally it is controlled by RBI. So that only no need to worry about the transactions, the controlling systems. So in case of UPI, there are two people involved. In case of digital currency, only RBI can control the things. And another question arises, it's very important question, can I invest in e-rupees? अभी अपने को दिमाग में आ जाते जैसे डिजिटल करेंसी रहा तो जैसे हम लोग बिटकॉइन में इन्वेस्टमेंट करते, ऊपर गए नीचे गया, शेयर्स में जैसे इन्वेस्ट करते, ऐसे हम लोग अपना डिजिटल करेंसी में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं क्या, ऐसे भी आपका डाउट होता है. इट इज नो. e-rupee is not an instrument which should earn you any interest on deposits. It's a like our currency only, not currency only. You cannot invest in these currencies. Like in previously, what is the system? The same system will be in the case of our digital rupees. It is simply in the form of electronic cash that you can use to transact. You cannot invest on this. जैसे शेयर के जैसे हम लोग इसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते क्या, ऐसे आपका कुछ डाउट हुआ तो ऐसे आप नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि जैसे आप 500 रुपीज आपके पास पहले जैसे था वैसे भी सेम फॉर्म, इट इज ओनली इन द डिजिटल फॉर्म, यू कैन हैव इट. And again, quote for the day. In every session, in my every video, we are having the one quote. Today, very my favorite person, Warren Buffett. That is quote: "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." If you want to get good values, you have to pay good price. Always be happy. Thank you very much. If you have any feedback and queries, you can say to this email ID. Thank you so much.